Hello, welcome back, and we are back to another step. And if you take a closer look, we have framed and defined the shape of our canvas steel holding frame or steel frame that will be holding the canvas. Now we want to brace the internal members, or we want to brace the whole uh, frame. Now, if you take a closer look, you can see I have some points already marked, and I have marked these prior to this presentation because it will take a lot of time, and it's something is self-explanatory. So I'll start off by marking. If I bring this close, let me come to view and come to navigate, and I've just created an offset from the edge here going upward by 50 millimeter. Same applies all over. Now I'll come to steel and come to beam and pick on that spot and move to this spot right there. Move to that spot. And if I come to view and I want to rotate with mouse and pick my rotation point, you can see I've placed my bracing there. I'm bracing this to make it more stiffen, or stiffen everything, make it the frame more rigid. Now I'll turn back to the other side, and I want to place a steel on the back end here, and I'll come to steel and pick on that member and snap on that spot and zoom out and target this far end here, and I'll place my member right there. If we take a look, the placement of this steel is not the best, and we have to rearrange this so that the back lies right at the back of the vertical member. So if I double click on it, I'll have these options under positions, and I'll work with the rotation just to rotate this, and I'll give it back or top. If I click on that, it's still not rotating. Let me give it front, and that will give it that option and bring it front. And if I click that, that will not give it the best. And what I'm going to do on the plane, I'm going to give it left and see how it will react. That's the position we want it to be on. So if I press Control R and pick my rotation point, and I'll be able to see if I put a bolt here, that bolt will be able to go through and hold this one also, this brace also. So let me go back and press Control and rotate that and come back this far and right click and come to steel here and snap right here. Zoom close, so you will realize I have 2 points, and one at the back, one at the front. Now I'll zoom close and place another member right there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the same arrangement here. I'll just double click and use right back middle and apply the same thing here. Double click and I'll just type right back and middle. If I click on that, that will arrange itself perfectly the way it should be. And again, I'll go back to the other end and do a similar thing. I'll come back here and turn this around like that, and I'll place another bracing here. I'll pick on the beam and pick on that spot and zoom out and take it all the way to the bottom end here and place it right there. So you can see the arrangement is not that good, is not the one of our preference. So yes, we can just double click on this and copy this arrangement, and this is left front middle. So I'll come back here and use the same arrangement here and double click on it and click left back middle and click OK. So if I bring it close, so you'll be able to see it's not the best. So I'll come back here and check that if this is the best. Left front middle. So this should be left front middle, left front middle. So I'll give it front and click OK. So that is that. And if I press Ctrl R, I'll be able to rotate that and see that. And again, I'll go back to the inside or the outside part of this frame, and I'll be able to place another member. Just press Ctrl R so that I have a closer look, or have a clear view of the position I intend to snap on. I'll snap on that spot and zoom out and target this far end here. So snapping, you have to be very accurate because you might snap on the wrong position. So I'll use the same arrangement here that I had used previously. Just double click, and this is right back middle under position, and I'll apply the same thing here. Double click and right back middle, right back middle, and if I click modify, and that one will have the arrangement perfectly well. So if I press Ctrl R and try to turn that round like that, I'll be able to have that in place, but slightly have some collision there, but we can correct that. Let me just turn that round, pick my rotation point, and check that. Perfect. It is on could be. I have snapped on the inside, on the inside point, the point that is outside the surface. So what I'm going to do, I'm going back to steel and pick on the steel right there, and snap right here. I'll snap right here and move all the way to this far end here and try to snap on the point that is on the surface. So that's how it should be, but slightly there's a slight collision. So what I'm going to do, I'm just double click on it, and I'll bring it forth by, maybe first of all you have to check the thickness of this member. Let me just type 4 so that this will bring it forth. So that's how it will work for us. So if I turn it up, you'll be able to see it's actually on the surface. So I'll do the same thing at the end. I'll come on the beam and snap here. I'll snap on that spot and move all the way to this particular spot here. Then I'll snap right there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this arrangement here. Just double click on it and you use left front middle. And just zoom out and apply the same here, left front middle. Let me click on an empty screen, double click there, and we use left front middle. We have where is our positions. Positions are here. Let me just double click on it once again, and we have left front middle. We have left front and middle. If we click that, we'll have that on the surface. So this is how it looks. And if I come to view and pick navigative mouse and try to rotate that, pick my rotation point from that spot and try turn that round. So from here, I can just select everything here. Just select everything. Just select everything, and I want to copy everything down maybe by 5mm or by 1.5. So if I come here and change that to 0, and maybe just type 500. Let's try that if it might work for us. And if I click on that, we'll be able to see it's snapping perfectly well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going just to feed in here 3 meters, 3 meters right there, 3 meters right there, and click copy. So I can have 2 of them, not 2 of them, just have one, and have one there, and I can have 45 here, 4500 there, and click copy. So we have one at the bottom end there. So this is how we can brace this in the shortest time possible, like that. So the rest will be added on once we placed the bolts. So that's how you can brace. So I'll go to the next step and I'll show you how we can brace this canvas holding the steel frame. On the next presentation, I'll show you how we can create the connection between all these members you're seeing here. So let's meet then, and bye bye. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. This is Morris Nimba.